This short demo will show just how easy it is to create a page and populate it with content in the new Pages feature in Sitecore XM Cloud. As a content author, my process typically starts outside of Sitecore. I like to work in Microsoft Word, draft my content, and note things like what components I'm going to use or what images I might want to add. Working in Microsoft Word allows me the opportunity to route this document to my colleagues for feedback and to send through our internal editing process. Now that the content has been finalized, I'm ready to create a page. I'll start in Sitecore by logging in. As an MSU employee, I'll use my MSU Net ID to log in. If I haven't logged in yet today, it will send me to a single sign-on page. But since I have previously logged in, I end up on this landing page where I can see all the websites I have access to edit. The majority of our users will see fewer websites here. From this menu, I can select the website that I want to start on, or I can go to this Launchpad icon, choose XM Cloud Production, and then Pages. Once the Pages app opens, in the drop-down at the top map, I will choose my website. From here in the content tree, I will choose what page I want to work on. In this case, I want to add a new page. We're going to call it Demo. I'll choose the three-dot icon for the parent page above where I want to add the page, and then click Create a Subpage. From here, I'll choose my page template. Your page template options will vary based on where you are adding the page. Page is a basic page template. 2/3 page is the basic page, but it is divided into 2 columns with a right side column ready to add a navigation feature. Landing page templates are more commonly used with inbound marketing campaigns. For this page, I'm going to start with a basic page. I'll click the option and hit select and name the page. Sitecore will take a moment to spin up the page, and now I have my page ready to go with all the content boxes ready to populate. From here, I'm going to start adding my content. I've previously added a main navigation ribbon, which is very easy to edit and add using Sitecore. For the purposes of this demo, we'll just use what is available. I'm going to start out by adding placeholder images and components, and then we'll populate these components with text. Looking at my documentation, the first item I'm going to need on this page is my page hero banner. I'll go up to the Components tab of the side menu, scroll down to Hero Banner, drag it and drop it into this section. Now I need to assign that a data source. If I had previously created a data source, I would see it in this list, but since I don't have any available at this moment, I'll click the plus sign to create one. Choose Hero Banner to determine the type of content data source I'm creating, and give this component a name. I'll click Assign. And now the space is populated with the holder component for the hero. I'm going to go over to Advanced Styling and change this to a small hero banner. Go up to Layout, review my other options to see if there's any other changes I want to make. I think for now this is good. I'll go over here and click in the cursor box to update the title. All of these fields can be optional. They'll say no text in field as a placeholder, and that will show in this view, but when I enter into preview mode, you won't see that text. Now I'm going to click to change the image. I can choose any image from the options in the system, or I could upload a new image. I'll go with this hero image of Beaumont Tower. That looks nice. I don't need a button on this, so I'm going to leave the text here as it is, and then that button will not be used when I create the site. Now I'm ready to add more content. I'm going to scroll down below the breadcrumb menu to this section. I can either click and drag a component over, or I can click the plus icon to open up a menu that shows the available components for this section. I'm going to add an MSU rich text component. Here I have a data source already created, so I'll go ahead and click that and hit assign. The system will generate a space for rich text, which I will then click in and paste my content. My personal preference is to paste without formatting. That's simply because I know that this document I'm pasting from had a lot of edits and comments in it in Microsoft Word, and pasting without formatting ensures that none of those extraneous characters carry over. I'll go in and add my own formatting. You can use keyboard shortcuts just like you would in Microsoft Word. That all looks great. Now I'm ready for my next component. I'm going to add a subheading section here. So I'm going to click and drag it, and that dark purple line shows me where I'm dropping. I need to add a component for here. We'll call this my H2. I'll click assign. I'll click in the field and paste to add that text. Now for this one, there's a green line that shows here. I can turn that off if I'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it on because I like the looks of it. Now I'll add another rich text component. Again, looking for that dark purple line. Create another data source. You can call these whatever you want, as long as the name is unique within the context of the web page that you're working on. I have my text copied there. Next on the page I have an accordion component. So I'm going to come over to the accordion option, drag that into place. I'm going to create my accordion. Hit assign. Now for the accordion, only the first 20 panels in the list will display, and it pre-populates with one placeholder. I'm going to go up to manage items, and I'm going to rename this CX for customer experience, and I'll add two new tabs, one for DX for digital experience, and one for UX for user experience. These are going to be glossary tabs. From here, I'll go in and change the label. And I'll click to expand a tab and click the plus sign in the panel. For here, I'm going to want a rich text component. I'm going to go into the accordion, into the CX tab, and hit plus and add text. And just for sake of ease, I'm going to add all the components that I need right now. I find it makes things a little easier in the future. Now I'll go back up to CX and assign that. And you'll see this has become a rich text field. For the sake of speed, I'm going to put placeholder text here for now. And I'll copy that and add it. Same thing here, rich text, but I already created my DX, so I'm just going to assign it. And I'll do the same with the UX. I'll go back and fill in those definitions later. Finally, I'm going to add another subheading component below that accordion. And I already have an H2, so I can't use that name again. So this time I'll add on a more descriptive word. I'll add on rich text below that. And below this, I'm going to add a mixed content component. That allows me to have an image, text, and a call to action with a link all in one component. First, I need to start by adding a mixed content grid. This is the bucket that the mixed content component will go in. So I'll drop that mixed content grid right onto the page. And from here, I'll have to choose the variant that I want. I'll go over to Advanced Styling, select my option. In this case, I want a 1-column variant. Next, I'll click to add the content to that variant, and I'm going to scroll down into the grid components options, which are the components that can be placed in a grid. And I have mixed content and mixed content 1-column. In this case, since I chose a 1-column variant, I'm going to do mixed content 1-column, which means it's kind of counterintuitive. There's an image and text and call to action next to each other. So it looks like 2 columns, but it's all one related item. I'll go ahead and hit assign. Now you'll see different fields I can populate. For my call to action here, I want this button to say learn more. So, and I'm going to, this is going to link to an internal page. So I'll choose internal. I'll browse and select the page that I'm going to link to. I'll change the link text to what I want the button to say. And then I'll click on this image. I'm just going to add a placeholder image for now. I'll repeat this for my next mixed content component. Again, I'll place a mixed content grid. I'll choose the variant. Again, I'm going to use 1 column here. I'll add a grid component here. And this was also an internal page. And I'll add another placeholder image here. Now for this one, I don't like how this is stacked, so I'm going to change some of the layout. So the second one, the image appears on the left. There, that's better. I'd continue building out this page, adding the different types of components in whatever order I need them to. And once I'm ready to publish, I would simply publish the page and it will go live if my website is live, or in this case, hitting publish would send it live to my demo preview site where other users in my department could review the page for quality assurance before it goes live. I hope this demo has helped you see just how easy it is to create a page in Sitecore XM Cloud.